All right, welcome in everybody. TIYF Podcast Wednesday. So back for another week with my guys here. The Truth, Paul, got Big Ant. Paul, let's start off. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good. Everything's been great. Weather's starting to get barbecue style, so everything's been pretty good.
That's right. With Memorial Day, kind of like the unofficial kickoff of summer. Big Ant, how you doing, man? What's
Not
new?
too bad. Did my first camping trip over the weekend. It was all right. But overall, pretty excited. We got some festivities this weekend we're going to be doing for our fantasy league. I'm pretty excited for that. Cornhole, drinks, a little food, usual trash talk,
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. We're gonna have a new. Let's talk about it a little bit. So, for as long as I've been in this league, and correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, but as long as you have hosted this league, we've always drawn cards. So, like, we'll have cards. So you got an ace, which is the one pick, all the way up to I think it's the queen, right? Like it's
Yeah,
queen is the 12th pick in the draft. So
exactly.
this is the first year we're gonna change it. So speak on it, Paul. What are we doing this year?
So I mean, it's fun. It's cool to do it that way. But every year you want to kind of add something, something new or something fun to the league. And we could say hi to Jose as he's joining in. Um, But yeah, so I wanted to add something different. You know how the NBA draft lottery goes with the balls and then it gets pulled and all that good stuff. So this year we're doing it. It's kind of like a bingo thing that I got going on. I'm gonna spray paint the little the balls inside there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and probably put the initials for every owner in there, and we're gonna draw it that way. And starting with the first one coming out, we're probably gonna go from 12 all the way to 1. So it changes it up a little bit. It's not something like, oh, you get to pick first, and it's how we have he got the first pick of the card draws, and it's kind of like uneven. This way, it's like random. I mean, everything's shuffling in there, and you never know. I think it might be a little bit better to help out for the picks
For
this
sure.
season.
Never know. But at the end of the day, what if your ball's a little heavier than the rest?
Well, don't worry, man. I might have to cork it and make mine a little bit lighter.
That's what I'm saying.
We could already see the conspiracy theories coming.
Yeah.
We're gonna have one ball frozen,
Hey,
one's a
the
little
Vegas
bit
family
heavier.
always gets the best picks, man. Get out of here. It's
Stop
always
it,
been
man.
that
Hey,
way.
What pick did Paul get last year? Number 2?
I got the number
Like
2
one or
pick,
two.
and the year before I had the number 1 pick. So
Yeah,
it's like,
Hey, is this machine pre-used? Is it bought from the Goodwill?
I bought it brand
brand
new
up the
from
box?
Amazon. So it'll
Still
be in.
sealed?
It was supposed to be in today, but it said it looks
Not
like it was backed
tampered
up.
with?
It'll be back. It'll be into either tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I think it'll be cool. I think we'll see
Yeah.
how it runs in our league,
Yeah.
and then if we like it here, then maybe we'll use it for the TIYF league. Maybe see if how Billy likes the idea of that. But it's something different. I mean, the cards it's cool, but that's kind of like, I mean, we've grown up from that. You know what I mean? The cards. We need something a little bit more spicy.
Yeah, I can't remember if Billy said he wants to live stream it, but if we do live stream it, I hope you all tune in to see Paul do his best David Stern impression. Gonna rig this thing.
No, man, you can't rig this, man. I mean, the cards, maybe I bend the corner a little bit, and but you can't rig this. My hands are off it. The only thing that's happening is it's the balls are going into the slot, and the selection will be made.
Nice. Yeah, so check it out. Next Saturday, it's gonna be fun. One of the things that we changed recently from the last few years is we started doing a lottery earlier in the summertime, so that way the rest of the teammates we have time to mock draft and kind of plan out our draft in advance. And I think the last couple of years has been like 2 months in advance, I think is what we give ourselves.
Yeah.
So we used to do it on draft day, which is tough. But yeah, since then we've given ourselves some time to study, and it actually, I think it helps a lot. Like last year, by far, like everybody in your league, Paul, I mean, had a pretty good draft. Like I felt like everybody was pretty prepared, and there weren't any like big surprises or anything.
Yeah. The hardest 2 people for that rule change were these 2 guys in this pod, Jose and Ant. For some reason, didn't want. Why do we got to do that? Not just do a draft day. Hey, what were you guys' reasons for finally making a change and allowing it to go 2 months in advance? Jose, go ahead.
I don't like anybody having the upper hand on me.
And that's not too hard. I mean,
we all start, kicking back and start drinking a little bit. And I know I have, somebody with the 8th pick. He might not know what he's doing. But get this guy 2 months in advance. He already has, 2 or 3 names, and he has jotted down.
All right. What about you, Ant?
Equal playing field. Nobody knows what's going on. You go in there blind like everybody else. You don't do 40 mocks. And I mean, I know it doesn't affect me if you do 40 mocks, but it's like, come on. Go in there blind like everybody else and best man win.
Are you guys still kind of sour that we kind of went this way, or are you guys like okay with it now? Like just grown?
It is what it is, man.
I love this addition of how we do it now, because I mean I'm one of those guys that kind of like to see where the kind of 5 guys that are going to be in that area, and I kind of know the direction of my team when I'm drafting. So for me,
my boy Ant had 2 months to figure out what he's doing, and he finished second to last. So just saying.
I don't think he did any homework. I think he still went into the same mindset. Yeah, I'm just gonna show up draft time and do it. If you've noticed, there's the difference right there when you don't do your homework now. Yeah, Ant's still stuck in 1991. So
old school.
Smash mouth football for my boy Royster over there.
You should see how short my pencil is after all these years.
Anyway,
I vaguely remember that pencil. All right, let's get back on track. So here we go. Oh man, I love you, Ant.
Must have been cold outside.
It's nice having somebody that's a traditionalist in fantasy football, robust RB, stick with the vets. It's nice. So all right, man. So welcome in, Jose. Good to have you part of the show. If I didn't introduce myself already, I think I skipped over myself. I'm Ryan. I'm going to host the podcast today. Let's go over a quick rundown before we hop into the actual subjects. So very first, we're going to cover some NFL news. We just got a few topics to talk about. Some of the stuff that's dominating Twitter with Jimmy G, D-Hop, things like that, we'll talk about for a minute. Then from there, we're going to hop into a mock draft. So we'll do a little bit of screen share. We'll do Fantasy Pros Draft Wizard. If you guys haven't seen that before, it's kind of a cool way to draft against the computer. Goes really quick, so we won't have to really wait for any other people to pick. We'll just kind of go through our own picks. We'll randomize which spot we're going to be in, and we'll talk about some of the players that we like in that range. Then from there, we'll talk about some bold predictions. Just a couple from each guy, just some guys that we think might break out, or some guys that we think might fall off this year. Who knows? Whatever bold predictions we got, we'll share them with you. And that should be it. That'll be a pretty quick show. So with that, let's go ahead and hop into the news. So first up on the list, what is going on with Jimmy G? I know that he's had a foot surgery, and the last that I heard is it seemed like he kind of waited till the very last minute, the least advantageous time to go get the surgery for the Raiders. So speaking of Jimmy G and the Raiders, let's start with you, Paul. What's going on?
I think I'm just like every other Raider fan out there. We knew we were getting with Jimmy, man. I mean, the Niner fans told us before once we signed him, we got Mr. Fragile himself. The good thing is,
I thought you guys were getting a bona fide winner.
Yeah, nobody said that. But we are getting a guy that is injury prone. The good thing is, the cause in his contract, we're able to move on if he doesn't pass the physical. So with no money hit to us, so that's a big plus. The only thing with that is then where do we go? Do we go with that rookie that we signed in the first or drafted in the 4th round, or do we find something else for 1 year until I think it's what's that guy coming out next year, Caleb Williams? I kind of like that kid for next year. So I don't know what the Raiders are doing, man. Every Raider fan knew it. Once you signed Jimmy G, it was going to be trouble. And right, we haven't got past OTAs and stuff, and we're already having this problem. So it's just typical Raider news.
I love it.
Typical Raider news is we're always down in the shitter, and we just seem to deal with it every year, year in and year out. But it's unfortunate, and it's just normal.
Yeah, I feel bad for you guys. It's already starting off the year on the wrong foot. No pun intended.
Yikes.
So, Jose, Ant, you guys got anything to add to that? What about you, Jose? especially with Jimmy G coming from the Niners?
I mean, kudos to the Raiders. You know, they got a bona fide, winner. You know, I mean, I don't control his injuries. You know, supposedly he didn't get the surgery until the Raiders, found some BS with his foot, and then he just had the surgery. Then they altered his contract, and yeah, so I guess they can cut him any time. I mean, I'm assuming that they'll just start playing these rookies real hard, see what they got. If they like what they see, they'll just probably end up cutting them. I'm assuming that. I mean, based off money, the guy is, if he goes down real quick, they're gonna have to cut him anyways, probably. As his contract says, they pretty much can. So, I mean, who knows? We'll see what happens. But I'm pretty sure it's a foot injury. This guy is not mobile, so he could get hurt. That offensive line is not that great.
Yeah. So no, I'm all valid points. It's going to be interesting, man. Just to see if he even gets healthy enough to play. It just sucks for the Raiders, man. Like it sucks to, let Derek Carr go. Even though you guys, I guess, were tired of him too, but it looks like he's going to play at least. And then the Stidham decision was the one that I thought like maybe they would keep Stidham around.
Yeah, that's the one that really upset me. I really thought we should have at least brought him back on a 1 or 2 year. I mean, he knows the system at least. But no, you bring Brian Hoyer in though, so it's okay.
Brian Hoyer. I thought that dude retired.
Oh,
OTA's already started, I'm sure. But when does training camp start?
Probably like another 2 weeks.
Damn, really?
For sure, middle of June at least, or end of June.
Yeah, because that's in the 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume then. Sorry, man. We got Aiden O'Connell, man. I mean, I don't know why you guys are tripping. I mean, we got Aiden O'Connell, the new number 4 in the silver and black. We're gonna be fine. He's gonna win rookie of the year, and Devontae Adams is gonna have 20 touchdowns, and then the rest is gonna be history.
And they already gave his number up already.
Before I move on from this topic, knowing what we know now with Jimmy G, let's say hypothetically that he doesn't play, like he is out. Let's say the Raiders cut him. How does that affect DeAndre Hopkins and Josh Jacobs for fantasy? What are you guys thinking? So, Ant, I'm gonna start with you. Does it affect Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams in fantasy?
Well, it
Hopkins
depends.
on the Raiders?
It depends. Are they going to play in house with the quarterback, or are they going to go out and get somebody?
Let's say they go in house.
Yes, it does.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Hopkins on the Raiders or what?
Nah, he meant to say Devontae Adams.
Oh, I was gonna say.
What happened?
Nothing. Jose's computer's lagging.
Anyways, if they go in house, I mean, we haven't seen anything from the guy. So as far as I know, I couldn't really tell you. But from what I've heard, he's not really a starter anyway. I've looked at his bio and a little stuff like that about him. But I think it affects Devontae Adams more than Josh Jacobs though.
What if it goes way in house to a part owner of the Raiders?
We're getting to that.
All right. Well,
what's coming up next?
All right. I'm thinking way in house.
Also, I was reading while you guys were talking that Jimmy got signed by Oakland. Oh, well, sorry, by Vegas. With the foot injury. So you guys already knew about the foot injury. So you guys already knew the situation, and you guys still did it, which I think.
But that's why they had the physical. He had to get the physical after to clear.
Yeah.
And if he didn't clear, he didn't.
He failed this one or whatever. So you can't cut him until he either passes or fails another one. So at some point within the next month or so, he's either going to pass or fail a physical, and he's either going to be gone or he's not. But the fact that you guys signed him in the first place with a foot injury is beyond bonkers to me. Like why? Why would you even take the risk? Why would you pay him decent money if the guy's got a serious foot injury? I don't know. I just read into it right now, and I found all this out.
It's a lot worse than they thought, though. I mean, at least they have that clause in there. What if he goes in there, and what if they didn't put that past the physical after the?
No. You guys saved your own butts. I understand that completely. I'm just saying why. You know what you're getting from Jimmy in the first place.
Yeah.
Why not just go out and why not draft a quarterback with that pick? instead of the DN.
I know, man.
These are all what ifs. These are all what ifs now. But at the time, knowing that he had the foot injury like that, and the it could be that serious. I mean, they might have knew it was serious. They might not knew it was serious. I don't know, but just the fact he has a decent foot injury, and Jose said he's not even mobile. I wouldn't even sign the guy. I would have passed 100%.
Hey, we can rewind all that. Why even cut Carr? You wouldn't have any of these problems.
Man, you only can put 9 years is only so many years you can put up with, man. I mean, with the same, you get the same thing over and over. I mean,
2 seasons ago, you guys to the playoffs. You guys are so in love with Carr.
It's like watching.
This is what we waited for. This is what we waited for.
It's like watching the same episode of The Simpsons over and over again, man. You can only watch it so long, and then you get tired of it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I'll give my 2 cents. I think I agree with Ant. Devontae Adams takes a big hit for me. I mean, it may not be that big of a move off of Jimmy G, but at least Jimmy G, I was expecting to be like somewhat of a steady hand. But now with who knows who's at quarterback, Devontae, that's rough, dude. I would think they'll probably fall into the 3rd round, maybe, which sucks because the talent is elite. Josh Jacobs, I think it affects him a little bit, but I still think he's going to get the workload and a run-heavy offense, and I would still want a piece of that. So I don't know if you guys feel the same, but it doesn't really change too much for Jacobs for me.
He'll be more touchdown dependent, in my opinion. Yeah. He might not have like a big game rushing wise, like 50, 60 yards, but he'll need those goal line tugs.
Good point. Yeah, good point. Yeah, if they can't move the ball, then it will affect them. So let's go into the next piece of news, which is also Raiders related. So Tom Brady is now a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. And the big thing I keep seeing all over like Twitter and Google News and all that kind of stuff is, can he be an owner and play at the same time? And with that, do we want Tom Brady as the quarterback? Paul, start with you.
Well, if you look at the free agents available, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's nobody else out there to choose from. I mean, I can't even think of one at the top of my head. We're gonna go with Cam Newton. I mean, who are you gonna go with? I mean, if we can get if Tom Brady were to sign, Jose will probably draft him this season and ride the rest of the year with him. So I mean, there's a possibility. So I mean, with Tom Brady with Devontae, that'd be nice to see. But yeah, I don't know how it works with being a part owner with the Raiders and able to play. I don't even think the NFL knows anything yet. I know there was they were in talks about if he could do it. So I think there's just some more developing scenarios that need to go on with that before that even can get a little bit closer in detail.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting. So I think if you did get Tom Brady, even though, last year was a bad year, I think having a guy like Devontae Adams, that would instantly boost up Adams to, I don't know, top of the 2nd round, somewhere around there for fantasy purposes. But yeah, it's interesting that, to think about. I think, man, if I was you, I'd be crossing my fingers as a Raiders fan, like please, at least for this year.
Yeah, just give us a 1 year. Just give us a 1 year deal to get to next season.
Yeah. Yeah. Jose, Ant, does it change anything for you? What do you guys think? You heard anything else?
Not about Devontae Adams as far as fantasy. I mean, we knew when Carr was gone. I told you guys when Carr was gone, his fantasy was going to tank for sure. And I'm not trying to correct nobody, but I believe it was my boy here, the Cobra, kept saying that Adams could still go in the low end of the 1st round or 2nd round, no matter who his quarterback was. So I don't know, man. I mean, I know Jimmy G's on the best fantasy quarterback. The Niners. You see all the Niners. They all that yak yardage and everything. But I mean, I don't see Adams doing that.
Jose didn't like Adams when Derek Carr was the quarterback the year before. You're like, all right, it's not going to happen. I mean, it's the receiver, man. He makes himself wide open. I'm not saying he's going to be a star, repeat exactly what he had, but he's still going to get his, man. He's still going to have his games where he's wide open, and his route running is just ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. I mean, It just depends on getting it in the area where he can catch the ball.
I think in times like this too, like it's good to look back at some of the Packers years that he had where Rodgers was out with a lot of injuries. He was still like a high-end wide receiver too in fantasy. With I don't even remember who they had at quarterback. I'm talking like 2019, 2020 when Rodgers would be out with injury, and he would still produce, albeit not as efficient as having like an Aaron Rodgers or in this case at least having somebody like Jimmy G. But you're right. I think he's still going to get his. Like he's still going to get targets. It just may not be as efficient, and maybe like Ant said, might end up being more touchdown dependent. Just depends. So, but yeah, he's not a first round talent. I mean, he's first round talent, but the situation I think makes him more of like a late second round guy, early third round, in my opinion. Especially if there's no Jimmy G.
Yeah.
So, all right, so done with that news. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll see where Tom Brady ends up. Hopefully, he's like Jordan, comes out of retirement. I think it'd be cool. Last piece of news here. So DeAndre Hopkins was cut by the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know about you guys, but this one caught me by surprise. I had been reading like a couple days before that it sounded like maybe he was going to stay, or some of the comments he made it sound like he might stay, and then bam, he got cut. So now that he's a free agent, we're hearing some rumors out there that maybe it's the Bills or the Chiefs are in the lead. I heard Patriots thrown out there, although I'm not sure how realistic that is. What do you guys think? Jose, let's start with you, man. Where's DeAndre Hopkins go, and where would you like to see him land for fantasy?
Where does he go? Depends if he wants to win a championship or he just wants money. That's the biggest factor for sure. I think he wants to win a championship. Where I think he's going to go? I think this guy's going to the Chiefs. I'm just being honest. I mean, if you want to, I Chiefs or the Bills, man. That or he wants to go to the Chargers. They need a couple of good receivers. Williams is always getting hurt. But I mean, if he wants to win a championship, man, it's the Bills or the Chiefs, man. Those two quarterbacks taking the league by storm. So, I don't think anybody would be mad if he hooked up with either of those two quarterbacks, Allen or Mahomes.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I personally think he lands on the Chiefs. But Ant, what do you think, man? These are pretty good.
I heard earlier today the Browns, Deshaun Watson reached out to him and said, "Hey, come play with us." I personally don't like it just because it's the Browns. Who the hell wants to play for the Browns? Who talks about the Browns? One of those on the Browns are irrelevant. Like, I mean, it sounds good on paper. Yeah, hey, come play with me. I'm probably the best quarterback you ever played with, but at the end of the day, you're still the Cleveland Browns. Like, the Ravens probably win that division. You might get a wild card, and you probably won't get a wild card. I see him landing on the Chiefs. They need wide receiver help. They got the best quarterback in the league. I was gonna look and see real quick.
Hey, I'm gonna say, would it be scary though if he ended up on the Bengals?
Oh man,
I'd be looking kind of scary, man. Jeez, the whole lineup.
That three wide receiver set would be crazy.
Joe Burrow too. That'd be crazy.
Two teams. I thought of one already. Then I saw another one right now. One, I thought it'd be kind of cool to see him play with Russell Wilson and Denver. I don't see it happening, but that'd be kind of cool. But one that I think would blow people out of the water is if he went to play with Justin Fields in Chicago. That would be a good one. That would shake the earth, and Justin Fields might be like a top 5 fantasy quarterback.
He already is.
Yeah, but they got to pay that guy a bunch of money.
It's number 5.
Go to the Bears.
Well, I mean, the Bears, they get a young squad. They got some young talent over there. And then in Denver, they're doing stuff with Peyton, Sean Payton. So, I mean, I feel like, he can go there and they can fix stuff. And then we got Jerry Jeudy. So, I mean, that 1-2 right there is pretty nasty.
Hey, only thing Hopkins is missing is a ring. We all know how good he is. All the damn quarterbacks he's played with.
I get it, but he's still DeAndre Hopkins. And then when it comes down to signing the guy, he's still gonna want some type of money because when you still think you're one of the best wide receivers, you're not gonna say, "Yeah, I'm gonna sign for less." I haven't seen a receiver do that in a long time. So I mean, I still think you still need to look like at a team that could afford him for a price that he's gonna want to play for. And the only one I would love to see him go to the Giants out there with Danny Dimes. I mean, they need some receiver help anyways. And then you got Saquon. I mean, I think it would help it open it up. So then it opens up that run game for Saquon also. So they don't always got to have 8 in the box because there's no wide receivers out there in New York.
That's a good point. Yeah, their number 1 is Isaiah Hodgins still, I think.
Exactly.
So.
Well, they drafted a rookie too.
Yeah, they drafted a rookie too,
Yeah.
and then you bring
Fast
Hopkins
guy,
in
real
there.
fast guy.
Yeah, so I mean,
But,
that would be ideal for.
I don't know.
I'm talking about for a football team, not for DeAndre Hopkins, but for a football team. I mean, they did make the playoffs.
Like the main thing I'm seeing from like an outside perspective, the guy that got cashed out. You know, all his guaranteed money. So I mean, it's not like he's walking away with nothing. Not like he's broke. I mean, he's got a big chunk of money from the Arizona Cardinals. I mean,
I get it,
yeah,
man.
So yeah, he's probably gonna want 10 mil, 15 mil, probably. I mean, around there, and he's definitely worth that. He's 30 years old.
Most
30
definitely.
years old. He's not like he's done, but I do think I do think when he comes back, he won't be the same guy. He won't be catching 50-yard bombs over 4 guys anymore. I don't think he's that guy anymore by any means. Like I had a discussion earlier with the guy when he's talking about the Cleveland Browns. I think Amari Cooper's better than him. So I mean,
Than Hopkins?
yeah. If they played on the same team, I think Amari would still be the wide receiver 1. But
Hey,
that's up for debate.
I think we all used to clown Cooper when he was with the Cowboys, and then he stepped up last year with the Browns. No, I'm just being honest.
No, you used to clown Amari
Cooper
Cooper because he was with the Cowboys. I don't know how many times the discussion came up, but Ant quote me if I'm wrong, Ant, but it was always Jose saying something about look at Cooper, can't catch Cooper, Cooper this, Cooper that. Now all of a sudden he's playing. Now he's not playing on the Cowboys, and now he's drinking the Kool-Aid. Oh, he's pretty good. All of a sudden, type of player.
Hey,
get out of here with that, man.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good last year.
Whatever, man.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
He did pretty good. He did pretty good last year, and he didn't have a good quarterback for like 12 games. So
yeah.
Yeah, how old is Amari Cooper? I feel like he's like 35 by now, but he's probably
28.
like 26. He's 28.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was at the Raiders, I think he was 19 or something like that, or 18 when we drafted him. So he was really young still. I was like, damn,
16 years old when you guys drafted him, man.
Hey, did you guys trade Cooper and Mack the same year or back-to-back years?
I think it was a year after each other.
Okay.
All right. Well, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I would say for fantasy, so like if he lands with the Chiefs, fantasy-wise, I don't know. He'll probably be like a 4th or 5th round wide receiver, in my opinion. I'll be honest, like I think the Chiefs would be cool, but I don't like the Chiefs, man. I don't like any pass catchers in the Chiefs outside of Kelsey. I mean, last year I thought Juju was going to be a thing, and he kind of was for a few weeks, but they spread the ball around so much, man. Like the only players that are worth a damn in that team is Mahomes and Kelsey. If he goes to the Bills, maybe a little bit different. You have Stephon Diggs there. Could be a number 2. I think he'll be all right, but yeah, it's tough. I mean, either way, I think he's going to land on a team, and he may cannibalize some touches from other players, or he just might not be in that great of a situation.
Hey, he goes to the Chiefs. I'm taking Mahomes first, Kelsey second. I'm taking Hopkins third.
And you'll be shaking it.
I'm taking a kicker in the 10th.
Pacheco 4th.
I'm taking it all.
I know you'll be taking it all. You'll also be taking it on Arden Mall, on the corner of Arden Mall at the end of the next season.
I will say though, I mean, like the Chiefs haven't had anybody since Tyreek, but like I do disagree that a little bit, Ryan, with the whole that he wouldn't do anything. I don't think he's the same guy anymore, but he'll demand the targets. I mean,
yeah.
When Tyreek was there, he was the guy. Tyreek got his regardless. Now that if they do get D-Hop's still a big name. D-Hop will still demand the targets. So I mean, he'll still get his piece of the pie for sure. There's nobody else to worry about other than the rookie or Rice. Nobody else. Kadarius Toney, I was on him for last year. He didn't do nothing for me. So
I mean, they got. It's not D-Hop. Like I think D-Hop is fine. Like of course he's not the same receiver he used to be. It's Mahomes, man. It's Mahomes and it's the offense. It's the way they spread the ball around. That's why I'm just not as high as him on him. I still think I still think he could, get to 1,000 yards for sure. How many touchdowns? I don't know. I think they'll spread that around too. But yeah, I mean, it's up for debate, I guess. So next up, let's see. Next on the agenda, let's go ahead and do a mock draft. So we're gonna hop into Fantasy Pros, and we're gonna go round by round. So like we'll kind of try to come up with a consensus. We won't spend too much time on the picks, but we're all on the same team. We're gonna randomize. So let's go ahead and share the screen and get this thing rolling. So
we're just what? Let's say we have the 5th pick, and we're all just agreeing on the 5th pick.
It's randomized.
All right. So
Copy that.
Here we go. Getting this thing loaded. You guys can see it. All right. So here we go. So let's go ahead and randomize. So right now it's showing pick number 12. Click randomize, and we got pick number 12 again. You guys want to? Let's do it one more time. And we'll get pick number 5. There we go. Right smack dab in the middle.
That's not bad.
Probably the least favorable pick.
Copy that. Bijan Robinson right there.
All right. So pick number 5. As far as like league settings, we're going to do half-point PPR. It's going to be a standard snake draft. 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, 7 bench spots, and a kicker and a defense. All right, and we'll leave all this stuff the same, just normal. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and start this mock draft.
Good luck, guys.
Here we go. So first off the board, let's go ahead and look at the draft board first. CMC 101, Justin Jefferson at the 102, Austin Eckler 103, Jamar Chase at the 104. How do you guys feel about that so far?
I thought we were going to get Jamar Chase at the number 5.
That's who I wanted. Yeah.
Oh, man. That's exactly where I was going with that.
We got sniped on Chase, man.
Who went third?
God.
Austin Eckler.
Okay.
Weird, man.
Dang, that sucks, man.
I think now that he's for sure on the Chargers, I expect Eckler to be like a top 5 at least guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, let's take a look at our picks. So go to the cheat sheets. So we got a big giant list here. If we're just looking at tiers of players according to Fantasy Pros, not our own tiers.
Yeah, Robinson's so high.
Jonathan Taylor up in tier 1. I'm not sure if I agree with that. We have number 5. We have Bijan Robinson ranked number 5. Saquon Barkley at number 7. Travis Kelce number 8. Cooper Kupp 9. Nick Chubb at number 10. Man, he's way up there now. So what do you guys think? We're at the 5th pick. How do you guys feel? Let's start with you, Ant. What would you do?
Hey, man, last month they had like Nick Chubb in the 20s.
I'm telling you, he's moving up, man. Everybody's starting to talk about him.
I was ranting and raving last time I was on the podcast about this guy, and I'm taking Jonathan Taylor all day.
Ooh.
All right. Still a believer.
Oh yeah.
Paul, what about you, man? I see you're shaking your head.
Yeah, I like Cooper Kupp here, man. I like Cooper Kupp. Just knowing he's gonna be coming back, and I think he'll be healthy, and I think he gets back to form and that 300. I think he gets like close to that 300, or if not a 300 point performer in fantasy for me.
Yeah, I feel you, Jose. Real quick, what do you think? If you're in pick number 5, this is your selection.
Chubb.
Where are you going?
Taking Chubb.
Chubb?
Oh, we're all over the place.
Yeah, we are. So
We'll let the Cobra pick.
The Cobra, man, you know what? I think I would go Cooper Kupp on this one. I want to pick Bijan Robinson, but looking at these picks, and I'm just thinking of like probably the safest pick I think would be Kupp, because I'm like 95% sure he's going to get his when it comes to targets. Jonathan Taylor's not bad either. I mean, I think he's going to get the volume. The question I have about him is just the rookie quarterback situation. That's the only reason why I'm a little bit off of him right now.
You mean the quarterback situation in LA is horrible too? You got Stafford over there with a bum arm, about to fall off.
It's Cooper Kupp, my boy.
Yeah, I know. If Stafford, that's a good point. So like if Stafford's not in training camp and he's not, like, if there's still issues, then I'd be off a Kupp too. You know what?
I'd take
Man.
Chubb, honestly, if I had to pick between the two. So
I was
it's
gonna
2-2.
say, I guess the safest pick is probably Chubb, right? Like,
Is
we'll go
Kelsey too?
Chubb.
Is Kelsey too early?
I mean, I wouldn't mind
pick
taking
5?
Kelsey either.
I like
Yeah.
I like Kelsey there. Just I mean that's the best tight end.
Hey, let's go Kelsey. You guys, let's go Kelsey and just see how the build works out. All right,
Could have got him in the
It's gonna
second
be-
round.
it's gonna
We're
be
not,
ugly.
he won't be there in the second round, my
He
boy.
would.
No, he won't.
Yes,
He won't be there.
will.
He will not be there in the
Oh
second
my
round, my boy.
God.
We want to
Hey.
see if he's gonna be there. All right, let's look. We can revert the pick. So
No,
we'll
yeah,
take pick.
no. Hey, just pick Cooper Cup, and we'll see what's his name goes. Oh, you drafting Taylor? Go ahead. Fuck
No,
it.
we
No.
were taking Chubb.
We'll take Chubb and watch. We'll see.
Guarantee. I
be
guarantee he
there.
goes off in 2 picks. He's gone.
No,
Kelsey's gonna be gone. Yeah, he'll be gone before the end of the first. Here we go.
All right, let's see it.
And Henry, Taylor, Robinson, Kelsey, 110 at the 110.
I told you, man. You screwed us, Ant. You screwed us. So
All
I knew
right.
it.
it's all good. We got the bailout with Dalton Schultz later, and
All right, so
3 picks.
let's just roll. Let's just roll with it. So we took Nick Chubb at the 105. I actually don't hate the pick. Like I think this is a big. I mean, Chubb's already broken out, but I think this year could be a really good year.
We
for
could have
Chubb.
got Nick Chubb right now.
Stop it.
Yeah, it's probably not.
We could have got
Man.
Nick Chubb right now.
I wanted
Let's
Pollard
see.
right there, man. Pollard fell too short.
Derrick
man.
Henry at the 106, Jonathan Taylor at the 107, Bijan at the 108, Saquon Barkley at the 109, Kelsey 110, Cooper Kupp at the 111, Tyreek Hill at the 12. So this guy is going back-to-back receiver. Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams at the 202, CeeDee Lamb at the 203, Josh Jacobs at the 204, ETN at the 205, Tony Pollard 206, Najee Harris 207. Man, they really ran down the running back. So let's go back to the cheat sheets, take a look.
Yikes.
I don't
We
like
have
it.
Nick
I don't
Chubb.
like NTN that early. It's ugly.
I don't either. Yeah, I'm off of ETN. Not that early in the second round. So what do we got left? So looking at the overall rankings at 18 per Fantasy Pros, we have Ramondre Stevenson, Breece Hall at 19, AJ Brown at 20, and Amon-Ra St. Brown 21. What do you guys think? Any names that stand out on this list? Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle, Mark
I
Andrews.
like the
I'm
2
high
wide
on
receivers.
Yeah, I like one
Yeah.
receiver, one running back.
AJ Brown
I
and
like
St.
one,
Brown.
I like one running back a lot, but you guys don't like him.
Brees
Brees
Hall.
Hall.
Yeah, I love Brees Hall.
I would-
hurt.
And
Me personally, I would go- I would
they're
go
saying he
Brees
might play
Hall.
week 1 too. They're saying there's a decent shot he plays week 1.
Yeah.
You guys are whoever's not on the Brees Hall train. You guys are on some.
I'm not on the
drugs.
Brees Hall train. I'm telling you that right now.
I'm
Trash.
on the Breece Hall train.
All right.
I would-
So Brees Hall's off the board. Let's go. Jalen Waddle.
Over
Oh,
AJ
man.
Brown?
What?
Yeah.
Kidding me?
Yeah,
You're
easy.
tripping.
Jalen Waddle's a monster. What are you talking about?
Tripping, man.
What?
Oh man.
Give me
Maybe
St.
I-
Brown. Give me St. Brown over at Waddle. Are you
Nah.
kidding me?
Nah. Full
Holy
2 a
cow.
season. Jalen Waddle balls out.
You're tripping, man. You're
What?
tripping. All right, we have to. I'll meet you in the
Give me
middle.
full-
I'll meet
give
you in
me
the
a
middle.
full
I guess we're going Garrett Wilson.
Oh, man.
Aaron Rodgers. I love it. I like it.
Really? Oh,
I like it.
Let me look at the draft board real quick. Hold on a second.
Hey, Jose.
So, Nick Chubb.
You like
Hey,
Jalen Waddle?
I'm taking Stevenson.
Jose.
Thank you.
I mean, no.
Andre Stevenson?
I'd rather take a quarterback than Stevenson.
Hey, no, I was
Really?
gonna say, hey, I'm gonna take a quarterback though, because you know why? Because one of those top players will still be there if I take a quarterback now.
Yeah. I didn't even look at the QBs. Yeah. I mean,
Let's go with
Mahomes, Josh
Mahomes or
Allen's hurts.
Mahomes are
See, if we would have drafted Kelsey at 5, we could have got Pat Mahomes right now. But no, you
We
guys
could
want to
have the
mess
stack,
everything up.
man.
You guys want to mess everything up, man. Oh man.
A stack
Would've
is good
been-
for
because if
40
you-
points, man.
If you pick a regular player in 10
Hey,
picks,
let's- let's
They're
redo this and
guaranteed
go
to
back to
lose one
Kelsey.
week when they have the bye week.
no, just keep it as
Recruiters
is.
in that week.
All right. So, okay. So we got votes here for Garrett Wilson, for Jalen Waddle, AJ Brown. We got votes. Me personally, like looking at this board, let's look. So we had a bunch of running backs come off. What, like 11 of them already. But if we
Anybody
go
but
back,
Hall, man. ACL tears no joke.
if we look at the running back tiers, so we still got some tier 3 guys,
Sure.
Stevenson and
Let
Hall.
them fall to me in every league, Jose. Let them fall to me.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be eating.
I'm
He-
all right,
he-
man.
he-
You're
shit.
saying we
He
you're
was
saying we
eating
need a
shit.
running back because of how many running backs have been taken off,
Well,
and you
not
want
necessarily.
Ramondre Stevenson because I mean there's nobody else back there with him, right?
He's a
Yeah, there's
bell
no
cow.
Harrison. He gets a lot of
Can
the
we- can we-
receiving work.
Hey, can you change it to like just running backs, or is it only by?
All the running backs are right
yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, my bad. I
Hey,
didn't
look
see
at
that.
hey.
Oh
take a
no,
quarterback.
hell no.
Hey,
Hey.
take a quarterback, and we
Hey.
can get Kenneth Walker. We can get
It's
Kenneth
a wrap.
Walker in the
Yeah, it's
third.
a wrap. You know, it's a wrap. I'll take Kenneth Walker over Stevenson all day of the week. All day of the week.
Man,
Take a quarterback,
Crazy.
we get Walker in the third.
Kenneth
Telling
Walker, bro, he's gonna get
Guaranteed.
all the looks.
I
All the
think he'll be
feed.
there in the third.
I think we can get a quarterback in the third.
So let's look at the pick
Nah,
predictor.
you're not gonna get Mahomes.
So this is going to tell
You're not
you a
gonna get
percentage
Allen.
of
Yeah,
who
you
we
will.
think is going to be gone by our next pick.
Kenneth
So
Walker, easy. Easy.
Ken Walker,
All right.
29%
Easy.
chance he'll be there at our next pick. So maybe
Take Walker now. Take Walker now then.
Well, isn't that
Oh,
saying Aaron
wait a
Jones is
second.
gonna be gone?
yeah. You know, I'm almost feeling quarterback.
Hell.
Like just
Aaron
go.
Jones ain't got
Take position, and then we get the best quarterback left over.
Okay. All
All
right.
right, that works.
Let's decide.
But
So
we could even have Lamar Jackson follow us. I love Lamar Jackson this year.
So where are we going? We got to decide. We got to move on from this pick. So we got
roll with Gino.
rolling with Gino. Ramondre
right.
Stevenson, yes or no?
No,
Brees Hall,
Oh.
yes or no?
No,
I didn't even
No.
try that one. Pitchforks.
I'm yes on the next two receivers, AJ Brown,
Hey,
and Amon Ra.
Jose. AJ Brown.
Jose,
Best receiver we got.
Jose, you don't like Jalen Waddle over AJ Brown?
Let's look at the
Not with
subjective.
Tua, man.
Experts are telling us-
Tua plays the full season?
So experts are saying
I
45%.
would-
No, the big
Nah,
one, yeah.
the ACL tear, Ryan. Come on, we already know.
All right, we're going AJ Brown. I'll make executive
Yeah.
decision here. We're going receiver. So we're going to diversify a little bit, going with AJB, coming off a stellar year with the Eagles.
I think
I might
Waddle-
as well take Jalen Hurts next round. And he's still
I
there.
think Waddle.
Here we go.
top
Oh,
five
man,
receiver.
so-
Hey,
So there goes Stevenson, Brees Hall,
Yep.
both
Now
off
we
the
got
board.
the stack. Now we got the stack.
Hurts.
Boy, give me Hurts.
Take
Give me
Hurts.
Hurts.
Wilson, Allen, Jameer Gibbs at the 303. How you guys feeling about Jameer
Yeah,
Gibbs?
that's kind of
303?
high.
It's too high.
Yeah, that's too high.
I think there's
Yeah,
some
yeah.
question marks there.
Miles Sanders. What the hell?
Well, yeah, at the 212, Miles Sanders. That's a bit of a
must be
reach
Paul.
there.
That's Paul, the first overall pick right there. He loves Miles Sanders.
Stop
Oh,
it.
man.
Jeez.
All right. So I heard one vote already for Jalen Hurts.
Well, yeah,
Yep.
we said we were
Big
taking a
man,
quarterback, right?
Jalen Hurts, he's a tier 1 quarterback, round 3. I'm all for it. I like Jalen Hurts round 3.
I like it.
Nah, we still got Joe Burrow, Hurts, Jackson, Fields.
Take the stack, my boy.
No, yeah. Like, honestly, I wouldn't take quarterback, but we kind of said we were going to do it. But I Kenneth Walker's still there. I'd take him all day of the week. You guys know that already.
Walker.
Honestly, bro, I didn't even consider Joe Mixon comeback season. That's nice.
He's
I
gonna, I
actually
think
I like Joe Mixon too.
isn't he gonna get suspended? Isn't he got that legal trouble going on?
I don't think so. But I mean, there might be something I don't know about, but I haven't heard. It kind of died off.
I would say so. I'm looking at this now. I do like Ken Walker. Actually, me personally, I would consider Mark Andrews here. As far as getting a tier 1 tight end this late, I like it. But I'm all for Jalen Hurts, man. Like I would if I was in this draft and I see Jalen Hurts the third, I would do it. But
Nah, not over Waddle.
I'm,
Waddle and
yeah.
Andrews.
I'm
And
Walker or Mixon, in my opinion.
what's the suggestion say? Mark
Mixon got
Andrews,
nobody.
37.
Mixon got nobody behind him anymore. So if he stays healthy,
Pick predictor. Let's take a look. Waddle's 99% gone. Basically, all these top guys they're not going to be there. Hurts 70%. You know, there's a good chance we can get Burrow in the 4th round. How do you guys feel about that?
I like Hurts
Man,
more than I like Burrow,
he-
man.
Together.
I live with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has some good big games. He's not really too consistent. He'll give you 20 a week. I can live with that. And you guys are all about Jamar Chase. I mean, I don't see why you guys wouldn't be excited over that. If he falls to us.
Damn, it's the tough one right here, man. I like
Well,
Hurts because of the stack. I like Hurts because of the stack. But the running back,
it's tough. But what are the options? I don't. Where are we at?
So let's take a. So we got Chubb. We got a staple running back. We got a staple wide receiver, AJ Brown. Let's go back to the cheat sheet. So
Walker.
I look at it like this. I'm looking at the tiers, man.
Jose
Like
wants
the points-
Walker. I want
The point,
Walker.
the reason why I say Hurts because is we talk about we talk about it all the time on the points per. And I get what you guys are saying. Joe Burrow's right there, but he's like I think he was like 60 points below, almost 70 points below him last season. That's still big.
yeah,
And then the tier behind Joe Burrow from Lamar Jackson down, that's like another 60, 70 points right there. That's the only reason why I say it.
So Paul brings up a good point. So my own personal drafting strategy, I'm looking at our team right now, and according to this, we don't have any tier 1 players. We have two tier 2 players with Chubb and Brown.
Told you should pick AJ Brown, man. Knew it. I knew it.
So who should have we have picked? Brees Hall? I can't remember.
Easy.
So
You
we
said
still have
Brees
a
Hall.
tier. We still have 2 tier 1 guys out there. We got Jalen Hurts. We got Mark Andrews, TJ Hawkinson.
Walker.
Like I said, me personally, I would go Hurts in this pick and take that baked in advantage every week. That's just me though. So, pick predictor. Who we looking at for the next round for running backs? Probably Dameon Pierce, Akers, James Conner. So it's gonna be rough. Maybe we get lucky and can pick J.K. Dobbins.
We'll pick up a Kamara in the second round, in the next round, man. We'll be fine.
Walker.
All right.
So we got 2 Ken Walkers. So
We pick
All right, man.
Walker down.
But hey, they want Ken Walker. Take
Let's go
Ken
Ken
Walker.
Walker. Let's go Ken Walker. All right. We're gonna shore up the
Give 'em what
running
they
back
want.
position. Bam, Ken Walker,
I'm
3rd
gonna be
round.
last place to this team already. I can see it.
We're cruising for the corner of Arden, man. So, all right, take a look at the draft board. So, right after us, Aaron Jones goes off the board. Waddle, Mark Andrews gone. T. Higgins, Jalen Hurts towards the end of the 3rd. Devonta Smith, Joe Mixon,
Joe Burrow, huh?
kind of like that. Burrow's gone. Olave, Akers, Dobbins both off the board. Hawkinson gone, and Godwin is off at the 407. So take a look at the cheat sheet. Where are we at? So
Hey,
all
how
the
about
tier
Mike-
1 guys are gone. But some of these tier 2s I still like. I think there's some value there.
oh yeah,
Looking-
my quarterback's still there all day long. My guy's there.
Hey, Mike Evans die or what?
Yeah, no, he
He's
has
way down
Baker
he's way
Mayfield
down
on the
there.
ball.
at number 72.
Oh,
He
God.
might as well die. I mean, he's better off retiring.
The disrespect.
So,
Got-
Ant, who's your quarterback, man? Who would you take here?
You really want to ask
Nah, man. We take Kittle here, man.
Kittle?
Yeah, man.
Let me see.
I
Let me see
actually
what's
don't
going
mind
on.
that.
Best available.
I like Kittle here, man. Just because of Purdy's coming back strong, man. You know, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that Kittle. I'll take a
Who's
piece of
we?
that. We're gonna
Who's
get that
we?
Kittle. You know what I mean? For my fantasy team? Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm taking all the points.
I want to clarify who we was.
Yeah, my fantasy team is we.
Okay.
It's all
All
about
right.
points,
No,
my boy.
Nah, I'm taking Lamar Jackson.
Oh man, fuck. You gotta what? Because you got a bum ass. You got a bum ass
a lot
fucking
of
receiver.
weapons, a lot of weapons, and you got big old Mark Andrews, and you got J.K. Dobbins. I love the offense.
Hey,
Oh, and Odell coming back. Oh yeah.
New offensive
Yeah,
coordinator.
you know,
Tee off
Yeah.
Lamar
Hey,
Jackson all day long.
Oh, I don't know, man. That new offensive coordinator is kind of scary.
Talking about I get hurt the last 2 years of Lamar Jackson. Yeah,
Yes,
I want
sir.
some. Yeah, okay.
all right. So we got to come up with a decision. I'm gonna say
I'm going DK or Kittle is my picks.
No, not DK.
We got Chubb, AJ Brown, Ken Walker.
Or Kittle and DK.
There you go.
I'm thinking Kittle.
just saying.
Kittle, guys.
Out of
Only
those
'cause
two.
I had DK and Ken Walker on my team both at the same time, and they kind of like cannibalize each other a little bit.
All right.
I say Kittle.
I like
Yeah.
Kittle.
Kittle it is. Here we go. So we're shoring up the tight end with number 4 ranked tight end George Kittle.
After that, man, there ain't no other tight ends. I still think I think stop it. I think Kittle's should be in that tier 1. I don't know why they have him out.
I was kind of pissed.
Borderline.
Yeah.
If Purdy's the week 1 starter, I think Kittle's a tier 1 guy.
Yeah.
All right, so go back to the draft board. So DK goes off the board along with Amari Cooper, DeAndre Hopkins, Lamar Jackson at the 412. Deebo Samuel at the 501, James Conner 502, Keenan Allen, Damian Pierce at the 504. So we're back on the clock at 505. You know what? We're here square in the middle of the 5th round. To me, this would be a good time to go after quarterback, one of the tier 2 guys. So we got like Justin Fields, Justin Herbert, or Trevor Lawrence. That's kind of where I'm leaning, but let's take a look at some of the other guys we got out here. So
my quarterback's still there, so I'm good.
We got DJ Moore is probably the best remaining wide receiver, or at least the highest rank, along with Terry McLaurin, Drake London. At running back, where it's getting pretty thin. They're not even actually.
Hey, when do we take a shot at Ridley, man?
Where's he at?
Right there. You just passed him. Right behind Judy.
At the 59. Yeah, I don't know.
You're telling me Calvin Ridley can't be a wide receiver 2 with wide receiver 1 upside? I'm telling you, man.
I think he'll be there the next round.
I think he put it in the next round, but I think we get a quarterback now, and I think we try to focus on Ridley in the next.
You guys have a guy playing 3 years. Relax.
I would say here we go Justin Fields. For as far as like upside, rushing upside, you got DJ Moore this year.
I like Trevor Lawrence, man. I like Trevor
Lawrence.
I like all 3 of those quarterbacks. Don't get me wrong. The only thing with Justin Fields, I know they shored up a little bit of the offensive line, but a couple more hits, man. You know, he takes off and runs with it a lot. It's just the injury bug there. You know what I mean? I know he's still young. He can take some hits, but he takes off with that football a lot. And all it takes is 1 hit.
I like Justin Herbert a lot this year too.
I think I like Herbert more just because of the protection of the quarterback.
All right, we will go Herbert.
Let's go Herbert. Wait.
Who's your guy?
Early for Herbert.
Listen out right here. What about David Montgomery?
What? David Montgomery?
David Montgomery. I'm not even a David Montgomery fan, but I got a weird feeling that if Jamal Williams did what he did in that offense, think about David Montgomery, what he can do. That's I think he could have a lot of touchdowns.
You don't think he'll be there? You don't think he's there in the next round?
I don't know, man.
I think he's there.
That's the only person I was thinking about.
Because there's so many running backs taken already. I think everybody has a running back. I think we're good. I think we're good.
Make it so the pick predictor says there's a 47% chance he gets picked.
I think he'll be there, man.
I say Dave Montgomery is a pretty good flex in my opinion.
I think we still go quarterback, man, because I don't want to get hosed already, and it comes back, and then we're stuck with that trash ass Dak Prescott. So I don't want to be stuck with that.
I'm kind of with you on Montgomery, Ant, but I do think we go quarterback in this round. Like I like Montgomery too.
We can hold out for Jimmy.
Man, yeah, we're going Justin Herbert. Let's go executive decision here.
I'd rather have Trevor Lawrence. I was just saying.
I like Trevor Lawrence too, but there goes Ridley.
I think the same old thing with Herbert. You know, I think it's over the yard.
There, look, we made it back. I tell you, we still got David Montgomery now.
So, all right, so we took Justin Herbert. Kyle Pitts goes at the 506.
What the hell?
DJ Moore, Michael Pittman, Calvin Ridley at the 509. That's early. DeAndre Swift, 510. Rachaad White, 511. Justin Fields at the 512. And then we get a run on pass catchers. Terry McLaurin, Dallas Goedert, Christian Watson at the 603. Darren Waller, Mike Evans, Drake London, and Mike Williams at the 607.
Oh, really went?
Yep.
Yeah, he went early, man. He's climbing. So back to the cheat sheets. I think this might be time. Man, Trevor Lawrence is still there. Hey, Ant, would you take the second quarterback as trade bait?
Come on, man. The guy, he'll draft Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott, and Deshaun Watson back to back to back to back. We're talking about Big Ant Royster. We know deep down in his soul. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, Jose. Deep down in his soul, you guys are slipping. Trade bait all day. Top 3 easy.
Guys are
Hey, you want
slipping.
him? You want him? Come get him. We're gonna
I
get
trade
that
them
Ant
all every
Royster.
time.
We're gonna get that
Do
Ant
I
Royster
not trade them all?
already. Hey,
Do I or do I not get rid of them all?
Hey, last year was
always
better.
do.
Last year you were better, but I know it's coming back. I have a feeling you went down last. You tried something new. It didn't work. We're gonna see the old Ant Royster next season. I'm back my words. Everybody watching the pod in my league, draft your quarterback soon because Ant Royster's back. I'm telling you that right now.
Corner of the market on tier 2 quarterbacks, man. That corner of the market.
I know he's back, my boy.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's take a look at the board real quick. So, I actually go to pick predictor. So, running backs, man, Isaiah Pacheco is still on the board in the middle of the 6th round. I like Pacheco here. Montgomery is still on the board. I like him too. We have Trevor Lawrence, one of the top end quarterbacks still available. At wide receiver, we still have Jerry Jeudy, Tyler Lockett, Brandon Ayuk. Not really too high on many of those names, but what do you guys think?
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, we don't have a wide receiver too. Just letting you guys know.
Yeah, we don't need any of those. So our current roster right now, we got Nick Chubb, AJ Brown, Ken Walker is our RB2. We got the tight end position secured with George Kittle. Justin Herbert is our quarterback. And so, yeah, we're kind of sitting here. We are thin on wide receivers. And then you got some decent running backs here that we could pick through. So I kind of like the running backs here because whoever we pick out of this group, whether it's Pacheco or Montgomery or Alvin Kamara, these guys could potentially be our flex guy, and the opportunity to put, like a RB2 type guy in the flex, I think is pretty good. But how are you guys feeling? You guys like Brandon Ayuk over those guys?
I like Christian Kirk over there. I think he played very well last season. I think with Ridley coming over there, I think he's the bigger name. I think that he draws the more double coverage the next season, and I think he has the similar season as last year, if not better, for Christian Kirk. And I think he's a little bit underrated right here, and he'd be a solid wide receiver too for us.
You guys all right with Kirk? I'm fine with that. We could go.
What about Montgomery?
I like Montgomery too, man, but I'm looking at wide receiver too. I think Christian Kirk has that low wide receiver one potential. That's the only reason why I'm looking at it. Like I'm looking at running backs. I think we got RB1, RB2. I think we can find. I still think we can find a good flex later on somewhere. But I'm just trying to cover our starting positions.
There's a chance maybe we can get Alvin Kamara in the next round. That's an option.
Hey,
I like Antonio Gibson in the flex too.
The only 2 running backs that interest me at all are Montgomery
like
and Javonte Williams. They're both probably gone after this pick. So
honestly, it's a short round back, so I think we might be able to get. I really think we take Kirk here, though.
I'm fine with Kirk if we get one of those running backs on the backside.
I'll
roll the dice.
I think we'll get one of them.
Let's do it.
We'll go Kirk.
What?
Christian
Jose,
Kirk
we can't
is-
hear you, bro. Turn your Wi-Fi on.
I can't even hear Jose.
That's
All
what I'm
right,
saying.
Christian Kirk. So
Kamara.
going back to the
Hey,
draft
we still
board.
you still got on there, right?
both-
Yeah,
they're both
the
there.
only running backs that went off the board were Pacheco and Alvin Kamara.
Oh, we're
So,
good,
yeah,
man. We're still good.
So we like David Montgomery here.
Yeah, we'll take David Montgomery right here.
Yeah, I think mid-7th round for David Montgomery. That's a steal. That's
But
Hey,
Montgomery
all
is-
I know is Billy F. Gates. This one's for you.
yeah. This one's for you, Billy.
This one's for you, Billy.
D-Mont in the middle of the 7th. That's great. Yeah. I think if Billy was on the pod with us, he would still be adamantly against drafting
There's
Montgomery.
no way. He's like, I'll never draft him. But you know what? Today on the TIYF pod, he's on your team.
Yeah. All right. So we picked David Montgomery at the 705. So for the audio listeners, right after us at 706, we had a run on quarterbacks. Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, Daniel Jones, Tua Tagovailoa at 709. Then we had Javonte Williams 710, James Cook at the 711, George Pickens at the 712.
I like that pick.
Marquise Brown at the 801, Alexander Madison, AJ Dillon 803, Cortland Sutton, Treylon Burks at the 805, Brian Robinson Jr. at 806, and Jordan Addison at the 807. So a little bit of run on a quarterback. Good thing we got ours early. So back to the cheat sheet, actually pick predictor. So best availables, we're looking at like guys like Khalil Herbert, Rashad Penny. I see a name. I see a name right away that I would pick. Wide receiver, you got Jahan Dotson, Kadarius Toney, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Gabe Davis, Rashad Bateman. Some okay names for like wide receiver threes, I think.
Michael Thomas?
How you guys feeling? Michael Thomas?
My boy
I like two running backs. You probably won't like either one of them. I like Jamal Williams because Kamara might get suspended, and Jamal Williams is an instant starter if he has a playing time. And then I also like Damian Harris.
I like Damian Harris.
Damian Harris. Yeah, I like Harris too.
What about a backup quarterback? It's not too early, Ant.
I love Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
I love Aaron Rodgers. I love Rodgers. No brainer. Take him. Don't think twice.
I tell you right now, that's the first thing I saw when we went to this. I was like, "Come on, man!" I was like, "Aaron Rodgers."
I saw him too. I didn't think you guys were gonna take him, so I didn't waste my time.
Hey, I'm on the Aaron Royster train right here, man. We're going. We need two good quarterbacks going into the year, man.
You guys wouldn't entertain taking Anthony Richardson?
Nah,
man.
Really? Dynasty, yeah, but not in a redraft.
I'll take Cooks.
You take Cooks?
I like Brandon Cooks too, but not this early.
What about Rashad Penny, man? If Penny gets to work, he could be really good.
Who's the other running back? Didn't they got somebody else? Yeah, Swift too, huh?
Yeah. I don't like that backfield.
I don't like that
one
backfield
name on
either.
this list that I would take. Actually, there's two names. I would take Jahan Dotson, or I would take Antonio Gibson, in my opinion. But
you don't like Damian Harris? You don't like Damian Harris?
Yeah. Damian Harris. Damian Harris, all right. Samaje Perine would be a good one too.
Actually,
you'll probably get some early burn.
I think so. I don't know how soon. What's the other one? What's the running back that got hurt over there in Denver?
Javonte Williams.
Javonte, that's right. Yeah, I don't know what the story is on him coming back. I don't think he's coming back early next season, right?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of question marks. Like Perine, I think would be a good early. So
he's gonna be the workhorse.
So let's take a look at our draft board real quick. So we got Nick Chubb, Ken Walker as our starting running backs. We got AJ Brown as our starting wide receiver, George Kittle as a tight end, Justin Herbert as our quarterback, Christian Kirk as our wide receiver 2, and we got David Montgomery in the flex. I actually really like D-Mont in the flex. Really nice.
I like Pete Ryan here, man.
I think I agree.
My two options, 100%, Aaron Rodgers or Jackson Smith and the Jigba.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, that one too. I like that one.
I like Jackson too.
I like those two picks. If we get Njigba or Samaje P. Ryan, I'm cool with it.
I think the Jigba, he can have a good year. He'll get one-on-ones all day of the week.
Let's go Jackson Smith and Jigba. I like the upside, guys.
Yeah,
let's get a little bit of upside on our team.
I like that.
So we're gonna take Jackson Smith and Jigba in the 8th round.
Hey, it's the later picks that win you the big one, man.
And let's take a look at the draft board again. So right after us, Kadarius Toney goes off the board at 809, followed by Jahan Dotson, Rashad Bateman, Rashad Penny at the 812, Jamal Williams 901.
You still got Rodgers.
Michael Thomas at the 902, Juju Smith-Schuster at the 903, and Gabe Davis at the 904. Never making that pick again. Gabe Davis, he's off limits. So let's go back. Let's take a look. Samaje Perine is still there, along with Aaron Rodgers. Brandon Cooks is on the board, top wide receiver right now. Man, Samaje Perine to me looks really good in the 9th round.
Let's do it.
I think he's going to be the workhorse. I think he's going to be the workhorse, and we're getting him in the 9th round?
9th round, man. Yeah, that's going to be a good. I think he could be a really
Williams
good.
Williams tore his ACL too, right?
And I like his beard. So I really like his beard. So I think he's going to be a solid pick.
He's
Best
tier
beard
one
I've
on the
ever
beard.
seen. Best
So
beard
might
I've
as well
ever
tier
seen.
in it is. At the 101st pick. I like it. All right. So back
Zeke.
to the draft board. And right after us, we had a run on wide receivers. Quentin Johnson, Brandon Cooks, Jacoby Myers, Elijah Moore, 909. Zach Charbonnet at the 910. Man, he's the handcuff for Kenneth Walker. You know, I kind of thought about that for a second, maybe handcuffing Ken Walker with Zach Charbonnet. How would you guys feel about that? I know it's too late now, but
I feel like it's still kind of early for handcuffs, man. I
There's
mean,
still a lot
it's
of meat, still a lot of meat on the bone, man.
yeah, I think
All that.
yeah. I think I would do it, but yeah, I mean it is early in the 9th round, so
I think it's still like that's like later on,
Like
maybe
in
another
our
two
in our
rounds.
in our drafts, to be honest, he won't go until really late. I don't think. I mean,
probably like 11 or 12 would be my guess.
yeah, even later, because a lot of guys probably don't even think about rookies like that unless you're a receiver.
Yeah.
So a couple more receivers: Jameson Williams, Zay Flowers go at the 912 and the 1001. Run on running backs: Devon Achane from Miami at the 10-2, Damian Harris, Elijah Mitchell, Antonio Gibson, Tyler Algier, and Ezekiel Elliott at the 1007. So back to the cheat sheet. Who are we looking at now? So some of our top guys, we have some tight ends like Evan Ingram, who I think is a pretty good value here in the 10th round.
I like that one. That one I like. Odell's starting to creep up a little bit.
I see a Rusty Penny that might look good for us, and Donta Foreman.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ant, you're reading my mind right now. Jeez, get out of here.
I think what would be a really good play is if we took Donta Foreman right in Chicago, and then we handcuff him here in a couple rounds with Roshan Johnson. I think would be a good play, just for some upside. I like Donta Foreman.
But do you think it's solid to get Evan Ingram right now because of the upside? I think he's going into. I mean, think about the tight ends, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like
and
Ingram
think
a
about
lot.
think about what he did last season towards the end, and I think it's only going to get better with that offense getting better, and he's been in that system one more year. I like Foreman a lot, but I think we have more upside with Ingram. I don't know, man. I'm cool with either one of those. I don't want to have to make that decision.
I like Ingram too. I'm good with going with Ingram if you guys are. Oh, it looks like we lost Jose.
That's all right. His pick don't matter. What do you think, Ant?
Ingram.
Which one do you like? Which one do you like more?
I still like Foreman.
I like Foreman too, man.
Yeah. I'm hearing he's gonna get a bowl, and even if there's another guy there too, Khalif or what's his name?
Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, Khalil Herbert. Yeah, like I'm not bought on him at all. So I think Roshan Johnson and Donta Foreman show.
Well, the pick predictor says we got a 17% chance that Ingram gets drafted, so it's kind of low. We could go Foreman here. Go Foreman.
It's all good.
We'll go Foreman. All right. Another running back on the bench. And here we go.
He's still there.
Evan Ingram's still there.
Oh, we got to take Ingram here now.
So let's take a look at the draft board. So another run on running backs with run on wide receivers. Take that back. Odell Beckham, Jerick McKinnon, DJ Chark, Darnell Mooney at the 10-12. Alan Lazard, Nico Collins, Wandell Robinson, and KJ Osborne at the 11:04. So we're on the clock at 11:05. Take a look.
I thought I said Odell's name. Every time I was saying somebody's name, it's kind of like popping up because he was way down there. Odell was kind of way down there underneath.
He was too.
Claypool or something like that.
It means that people are reaching down those cheat sheets and picking them up. So
how many more picks we got?
Popular. So we got 6 more picks. Going back, so obvious names that pop off the board. We got Evan Ingrams. We got Aaron Rodgers there. Looks like he's probably going to go in the next round with an 82% chance. What do you think between Ingram and Rodgers? Also got some receivers.
We got a good quarterback already. I'm
good with Ingram. I think it's a good value.
You guys know me. I think trade bait all day of the week. I'd go Rodgers.
I know, but this is just for If this was a real team, I'd probably take Aaron Rodgers. But as like building a team for points, I think I'm gonna go Evan Ingram
Yeah, let's go Ingram.
just because of the points wise. But yeah, Ant's right. If I'm drafting this team and I have access to trading afterwards, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers right here.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So I saw one interesting name go off the board. Let me go to the draft board here real quick. So another run on wide receivers: Hunter Renfrow, Rondale Moore, Tyler Boyd, Adam Thielen, Sky Moore, Zay Jones, Jonathan People-Jones at the 11-12, round out the 11th round. At the 12:01, we had David Njoku, Kendra Miller, Raheem Mostert, and then a run on quarterbacks with Jared Goff, Anthony Richardson, Aaron Rodgers, and Kyler Murray at the 12:07.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers almost made it back.
Man,
Murray.
we were 2 picks off. Yeah,
Murray. I didn't think about Murray.
I know. I forgot all about him. I would have taken him.
Kyler Murray. Jesus.
Yeah.
He's still the starting quarterback.
Yeah, whenever he comes back. Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at the board. So we're scrounging for names right now. So let's see. Actually, let's go to our draft board. Back to our draft board real quick. So our roster, what we're looking at, we have 5 running backs right now: Nick Chubb, Ken Walker, Dave Montgomery, Samaje Perine, and Donta Foreman. We have 3 wide receivers with AJ Brown, Christian Kirk, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. 2 tight ends, George Kittle and Evan Ingram, and 1 quarterback, Justin Herbert.
What's up, boys? We're not thinking best defense, or is it still too early?
I know if this was our draft, San Francisco would have been gone already.
I think this is where we start thinking
Dallas would have been gone too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think we think best defense, man. I think we're doing points here. We try to get. Let's look up. Let's see, just to double check, double back, make sure. Unless there's somebody for sure we need to take. We talk about that tier 1 stuff, man. We got to be able to still win the special teams. You know what I mean?
So we're looking. We're good at tight end. Kirk Cousins, Geno Smith are still out there. If you want to take a backup quarterback. Let's go back to the bigger list. So just looking at the overall rankings, you got Jeff Wilson out there still, Devin Singletary, Jalen Warren, Gerald Everett. I mean, you're really scrapping here.
Yeah, I think we kind of make a play on a defense. I'm cool with either the Niners or the Cowboys. Give us the Cowboys, man. Let's make Ant happy. How about that?
Cowboys it is. All right. So we're getting a tier 1 defense.
Let's do that.
And then we're 100% chance Dallas would have been available the next pick.
Now we take the best kicker in the game. We take Daniel Carlson.
All right, Carlson it is. We're rounding out our defense and our kicker.
We take top tier players.
All right. And let's see, we're getting close to the end here. So what do we got left? We got bargain bin, running backs, wide receivers. So we got 3 wide receivers so far.
James Robinson. I'll take the board.
Yeah, the board. Back to the board. So here we are. Let's scroll on down. So we can see here.
After the Cowboys, Dalton Schultz, right?
Dalton Schultz, Kirk Cousins, Darius Slayton, Rashid Shaheed for New Orleans is the 12-12. Starting the 13th. Yep, 13th round, got Cole Kmet, Chizon Kongwu at the 13:02.
Kongwu.
Jeff Wilson, Roshan Johnson. Man, I forgot about him.
Yeah, it flipped off my head too.
Yeah, Roshan. We took Daniel Carlson. Kareem Hunt went 13:06. Devin Singletary, Ken Gainwell, Leonard Fournette 13:09. Rasheed Rice at 13:10. Dalton Kincaid, Jalen Warren 13:12. And then starting the 14th round, we have Chuba Hubbard, Geno Smith, Tank Bigsby, Greg Dulcich, San Francisco 49ers defense, Buffalo Bills defense, and Jalen Hyatt at the 14:07. We're back on the clock at 14:08. Take a look at our picks. At this point, I think we're just looking for depth, right? Or some upside. This is tough.
I think wide receiver more upside than running backs right now, this late in the draft, because there's only Only so many running backs are going to get the touches. Is that Cordell Patterson?
Yeah,
50,
it is. Yeah. You don't think he's gonna with Bijan? Think he's gonna get some touches still?
I think he moves to like the slot again. I mean, remember he was a slot receiver. I mean, you don't just say, "Yeah, we're not going to run you anymore." Look at that.
Nah.
See, moves back out to wide out.
Too deep.
Could
talking about, like-
the absolute. Yeah. I actually don't mind it. I don't mind it. We can go Cordell.
I
think
I like quarterbacks
also,
over him.
but I think he might also have like that running back capability. Doesn't he have like that? Doesn't he? If he has so many rushing attempts, he has the eligibility to play running back / receiver, something like that.
I don't know if he still has that. I never draft the guy.
Like last year, didn't he have? It was a running back, right?
Yeah, he was. I think he was a running back.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's kind of like a one to kind of look at. I mean, does he have? What kind of eligibility does he have? What does it show on him right now?
Yeah, right here
Running.
I'm taking CJ Stroud or whichever Niners quarterback we think is going to start.
Niners quarterback?
No kidding.
Brock Purdy
actually don't hate that.
Lance are still there. And that offense is nice. That's a good backup. Whoever's going to start.
We got Russell Wilson there, man. Comeback player of the year.
I would just take all three of them, man.
Yeah. At this point,
you know, I would.
I like Jerome Ford too, and Isaiah Hodgins. I kind of like.
About that, yeah. We don't need a tight end. Zach Ertz just come off injury. Yeah, I'm cool. I mean, let's give Ann a pick here. What are you thinking, Ant?
I like. Well, if I had to, I'd probably go Purdy or Lance, whichever one we think is going to start.
It's probably going to be Purdy.
Just roll with Purdy then.
Probably, yeah. All right, Purdy it is.
Both. Have the handcuffs.
All right. And so back to the draft board. And looks like Jerome Ford went off the board. There goes the guy I just talked about, Tyler Higbee. CEH, Mike Gesicki at the 1412. Run on defense with Philadelphia Eagles at the 1501. New England Patriots, New York Jets, and Baltimore Ravens at 1504. We're back on the clock at 1505.
Cordell's still there.
Yeah, you know, I like Patterson. I like Gallup too.
To get Cordell Patterson this low with whatever they got in store for him, I think it's a good pick. This late in the rounds,
we'll take him.
I think he's worth the pick.
Patterson it is. So Cordell Patterson at the 1505. We're starting to see a lot of defenses and kickers go off the board. So I just for the sake of the audio listeners, I won't name them off. It was all kickers and we had a couple wide receivers. Michael Gallup and Curtis Samuel went in the 15th round. We're here for our last pick. And what do you guys think? We just got to round this thing out. You got Michael Carter, probably still the RB2 there in New York. We got other guys like Chase Edmonds, probably won't see much playing time.
Are we finally off the Allen Robinson going to Pittsburgh? Is he 100% done? I still don't like the quarterback situation out there because I'm not 100% sure about Kenny Pickett. Yeah. But man, Robinson, he's a good wide receiver, man. I just don't know what's up with him, man. He's just.
I think if you want to take a shot on a guy, this is just my opinion. Isaiah Hodgins, man, like they got rid of Richie James, isn't there anymore. Sterling Shepard's still there, but he's coming off of an injury. Hodgins might still be the number one, maybe. I know they drafted another wide receiver, but yeah, there's that. Who else? We got the running backs. They look mostly gross.
Like paper thin right over there, man. Paper thin. Or we can take Russell Wilson at their last pick and have run in there with three quarterbacks and have nothing but trade bait. I know my boy's ears perked up when I talked about a quarterback.
I'd even take Stroud or Trey Lance, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd roll with Lance just to have both options.
Trey Lance it is. Here we go. And that rounds out our draft. So nothing but kickers. So we got a C+ grade.
That's not bad, man. It's kind of hard to score pretty good on this thing.
Yeah. So our final lineup comes out to Justin Herbert as our starting quarterback, Nick Chubb, Ken Walker as our RB1 and RB2, AJ Brown as our wide receiver 1, Christian Kirk's our wide receiver 2, George Kittle's our tight end. I really like that one. Dave Montgomery in the flex, which is not bad. I actually think they did okay there. Dallas Cowboys, tier 1 defense, Daniel Carlson, tier 1 kicker. And then on the bench, we got Jackson Smith and Jigma, Samaje Perine, Donta Foreman, Evan Ingram, Brock Purdy, Cordell Patterson, and Trey Lance. So we're loaded up on quarterbacks. But I like it. We have some upside there.
And running backs, man. We're loaded at running back. I think Foreman and Perine, especially Perine, man, I think he has potential to could be a flex if David Montgomery doesn't pan out there. I like that pick.
I agree. Yeah. What's good about this roster is I think we won't, like, if we were to run with this team into a league, I don't think we would have a problem filling the flex, which would be nice.
Yeah.
Like, I think we would have some solid flex options week in and week out. So that is it for that. I'll go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Good job, guys. Kind of worked our way through it. So we're sitting here close to the end of the pod. It's 9:30. Let's see what's on the list. So let's run through some bold predictions real quick. We won't spend more than 10 minutes on this. Bold predictions. So this can be, I'm going to leave it open-ended for you guys. Is there a player out there or two that you have like some kind of hot take about that you think either is going to exceed expectations or even somebody that may like drastically underperform expectations? So what do you guys think? Any volunteers first? Anybody got a name?
Well, I know it's not even a bold prediction. I just think Cooper Kupp, after injury, he comes back to becoming, I think he becomes, if not the best receiver in the league again. I mean, I know there's the quarterback issues over there with Matt Stafford. People talk about it, but with Matt Stafford there, once he got there, people forget he had one of his best years of his career there. So if that comes back and Matt just seems to throw the ball where he needs to throw it, I think Cooper Kupp pops right back into maybe being the number 1 overall fantasy player in fantasy again.
Nice. I like it. I could see it. I could see him being a target hog still. And if that's the case, if he's healthy all season, he's going to be an easy top 3 guy.
That dude gets 15 catches, man. It just tosses it to him real quick. And you're just eating up the receptions, man. It's just.
Yep. I can see that. Ant, you got any guys?
Yeah, I've jumped on the Monty train last minute. I'm hanging on the caboose. I think he's going to have a lot of touchdowns. I don't know about the yards. But they have Gibbs over there. I think he's going to get a good timeshare. But I do like Monty as an RB2, really good flex, kind of like we got him in our draft. Really happy with that. And I think Aaron Rodgers is going to win the MVP this year. So I'm really, really high on Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Really?
There we go. That's a bold prediction. I like it. Yeah. I'm going to go. So I got one, the first one. So I'm going to kind of piggyback off what you said with Dave Montgomery. So Jahmyr Gibbs right now is ranked, according to Fantasy Pros, they have him at number 37 ranked out of everybody in fantasy. I feel like it's a little bit too high at the moment. I think the talent is there. The production is there. The draft capital is there at the 112 in the NFL draft. I just kind of worry that it's going to be kind of the same blueprint that they rolled out last season with DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams, where, correct me if I'm wrong, but that really was like a 50-50 split workload. Like especially with Jamal Williams really seeing like a bulk of the red zone touches again when right on the goal line. So like what Ant said, I do think Montgomery, I think he's going to have a chance to have a really good year, like Javonte Williams. And Montgomery brings like a slightly different skill set too, where I could see him being even more dynamic instead of just like a plodding running back. So with that, Jahmyr Gibbs, I think has a chance to underperform So that's maybe not a super bold take, but I think that he's getting drafted really highly right now, and I'm not sure I really feel comfortable with it. And then with that, so another hot take. I think Geno Smith is going to be a top 10 quarterback again this year. Or actually, I think he's going to be like top 8. So he finishes like QB7 last year. I think right now he's at QB14. I think he gets past that top 8 again. Just the weapons that he has, DK, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and then now in the backfield with Ken Walker and Zach Charbonnet, man, that offense is shaping up to be pretty efficient. I think Geno Smith is going to benefit from that. So, all right, that is that. Do you guys have any other players or anybody else you want to bring up?
I do like one more. I think in tight end, I know it's pretty scarce, but I know we drafted Evan Ingram. I think he's having a real good year. I think he could be the number 2 overall tight end going in this season,
nice.
man. I think
Number
after
two.
number 2, man, I think he could be that guy. Just what I've seen last year, man. I really like it. I really like Evan Ingram that bad. And can you imagine where we drafted him, and if he could become the number 2 tight end right behind, Old Faithful, he has potential to do it, man.
I could see that. Yeah, no, he had a hell of a year at the end of the season, man. I can't remember who had them on their team, but yeah, he finished as a tight end 6, had 98 targets, 73 receptions, 766 yards with 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he started off real slow. It kind of looked like he kind of took a while to get that offense system down, but
yeah,
after that second half, man, into the playoffs, dude, that dude was a beast.
That guy was going north of 100 yards easily.
He had a 3 touchdown game.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, I need to see a full season of that. And right next to Kelsey, man, Kelsey, and then Evan Ingram, man. I think he could be there.
Nice. All right. Well, cool. I think that about wraps it up. So let's go ahead and end this thing. Do you guys have any closing thoughts or anything you want to leave our loyal listeners before we take off?
No, I'm just excited about Saturday, man. So make sure you guys tune in. I think Billy is gonna have something going on for Saturday. Hopefully, everybody wish me good luck on the number 1 and 2 pick again this season. It would be good to have your guys' blessing. I know the Venegas has always struggled to get good picks. So there's 3 of us in the draft. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I know you guys are excited. And can't wait for the Lumpia either. I know. Shout out to Joe's wife for hooking us up with Lumpia on Saturday. But it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm gonna second that. Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna have cash on me for cornhole. I'm ready for some Lumpia. I'm ready to get to the first overall pick. Who knows what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be fun, man. Like, it's gonna be fun. I'm kind of feel like it's gonna be like the NBA draft lottery, and as the ping pong balls roll out, we'll be cheering and stuff, and it's gonna be cool, man. So, all right, Ant, you got any last words?
Not really words, but I had a question. When are we gonna do our roast of Trey?
So I ordered everything for Trey. Should be here within this week. So his tutu is on the way. It'll be here at my house to maybe Wednesday or next Wednesday, and then his special T-shirt should be here next week. Thank you to Jose Resenor for the picture, for paying for that for our guy Trey Thomas. So yeah, now everything's paid for and everything's ready, and it'll be here within a week. What do you guys think, man? It should be done here real soon, right? We got to do it.
Yeah, we got to get it in. We got to make sure we do it. That's all I was asking. Maybe even do a Saturday, but it might be too late.
So I'm thinking early August, because I know our last week of June, or even in July, maybe first week of July, it's going to be hot, but I'm not the one standing on the corner.
Yeah, we're not worried about it.
I'm not worried about it. We could do first week of like 1 month after our thing this weekend, and when we just said it for the first week of July. We'll see how everybody is. Nobody's really got to be there except for Trey, and maybe I'll probably be there to make sure he shows up. But
they'll be
looking for pictures on the chat.
Oh, there'll be live video going. Trust me, that's exciting. So yeah, I would say within this next month, Ant, we're gonna see your boy on the corner shaking it for dollars.
Oh man. All right, so that's it for us, guys. Remember to check us out on all the platforms: YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever. If you can think of it, you could probably find us there. Upcoming podcasts, I'm not sure if we have one coming up this Friday, but if we do, just be on the lookout. It's going to definitely be live on YouTube and Twitch if we do have one. Potentially going to have a live pod, like Paul said, for the draft lottery. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. And tune in. That one's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of the guys hanging out, drawing ping pong balls. Probably going to be a lot of disappointment and like one happy person. So it's going to be cool. Other than that, appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate anybody that checks us out later on. If you have any questions, you got the email that you can send us to. But otherwise, that's it for us. And we're going to tune out. See you later.
Later, guys.
Late.